Welcome to New Sky TV. It's explosive. Did they actually date? Liu Xiaoxu and Guo Yuxin's appearance together stunned the entire audience. How would you rate their chemistry off the red carpet? My favorite CP suddenly reunited, but I panicked first. If they're really together, how am I supposed to watch their dramas anymore? Last night's Shanghai International Film Festival was practically a stress test for fans' hearts. On the red carpet, Liu Xiaoxu suddenly turned to the side, skillfully and naturally moving Guo Yuxin's chair closer to him. The movement was so fluid it looked like he'd practiced it 100 times. The camera happened to capture it, their eyes meeting briefly in midair for less than 0.3 seconds, yet it seemed to ignite the entire internet. Within 10 minutes, the trending topic climbed from number 27 to boiling point, and the comment section exploded. Some people frantically took screenshots and zoomed in. Can those eyes lie? This is the epitome of a love filter. Others clutched their hearts and knelt down. Please, you two, either get together or star in 100 dramas to make me pay. Even more outrageous, my WeChat moments were directly divided into two camps. The real battleground was the backstage interview after the red carpet. Before the host could even finish his question, Liu Xiaoxu had already turned to look at her. Are you cold? Guo Yuxin blinked and whispered, I'm fine. Then, his hand quietly adjusted her microphone cord back. The movement was light and slow, as if he were handling something precious. The cameraman was stunned for 3 seconds. The comments section instantly went wild. This isn't a collaboration. This is my romance. With this level of chemistry, it would be a disservice to the country if they didn't get married. I declare, they are my real-life couple. But the most amazing thing was the detail when the two left. The staff was crowded, and Guo Yuxin was shoved, swaying slightly. Liu Xiaoxu didn't even blink, immediately raising his hand to shield her side. The force just right, not a declaration of ownership, but a steady, habitual way of protecting her. In that instant, fans went wild. This isn't the first time, is it? This is long-standing chemistry. This is couple behavior 101. Some said they were just sweet moments during promotional periods. Some said the two had been incredibly compatible since Summer of Fender. Others firmly believed, the longer you ship them, the more you'll notice something off. And this time, it was too obvious. Some bloggers even dug up backstage footage. During breaks, they sat at a comfortable distance, but every time someone came over to greet them, Liu Xiaoxu would subtly shield her from the flashing lights for too long. These details weren't acted. This chemistry wasn't something hastily put together. This look, it didn't seem like just friends. Moreover, the two were ridiculously sweet. Guo Yuxin was more relaxed than ever, her smile as sweet as honey. Liu Xiaoxu was more composed than ever, even the corners of his eyes seemed to hold a hint of spring. Fans increasingly felt that there was a secret aura between them that only they knew. What was going on? Was it the natural chemistry of old friends reuniting? A special connection left from past collaborations? Or the kind of ambiguous romance that couldn't be hidden any longer and was finally about to be revealed? Whatever the truth, their appearance together this time was enough to make the entire entertainment industry bloat with sweetness. Do you think their interaction was promotional sweetness or a secret signal of a real couple? On the original seating chart, Guo Yuxin sat in a row with the producer, and Liu Xiaoxu sat in a row with the director, separated by an aisle. 5 minutes before the show started, Liu Xiaoxu whispered something to a staff member, and then, he stood up. Without any hesitation, without any deliberate effort, not even before the camera had a chance to focus on him. The way he moved the chair was ridiculously steady, precise, and natural. It wasn't the domineering style of a CEO, nor the affected mannerisms of a popular celebrity. It was simply, I'm used to having you by my side. He moved it with such composure, as if he were changing slippers in his own living room. When Guo Yuxin sat down, her expression didn't even change. She simply slipped the hand warmer back into his hand, the movement as smooth as grabbing a remote control at home. This wasn't the first time, it was clearly muscle memory accumulated from countless rehearsals. But what truly broke the hearts of the drama's fans was her dress. It wasn't bright red, nor burgundy, but the pomegranate red she wore in the wedding scene of Viking Ri, when she was wearing a veil and waiting for Zhou Shengun to pick her up. As the light shone and her skirt lifted slightly, fans of the drama collectively burst into tears, so she remembered. Was this a hidden Easter egg for us longtime viewers? I thought I was the only one who noticed. The 8x magnifying glass girl rushed to the front lines, uncovering even more shocking details. The cufflink on Liu Xiaoxu's sleeve was a replica of the one worn by Zhou Shengen in the original drama. And the most hilarious part was, the brand representative, in an interview, earnestly stated, "We thought no one would notice this little detail. After all, cufflinks are small." But as soon as they finished speaking, the top trending topic was, cufflink replica. Now, the entire internet has gone crazy. Some people stomped their feet excitedly. This isn't a code, it's an open declaration of their relationship. Others were both amused and exasperated. Are you two going to reshoot your off-screen wedding too? Some were even questioning their sanity. I've been shipping this couple for 3 years, and it's actually happening. The most intriguing detail was when the host asked them, "Why are you suddenly sitting together, Guo?" Yuxin paused for 0.2 seconds, about to explain, but Liu Xiaoxu gently took over for her. "She's afraid of the cold, so I'm taking care of her." It was casual, like stating a long-standing daily routine at that moment. The live chat exploded. This no explanation is the explanation. I wouldn't be surprised if you two officially announced it. This ambiguity is so overt. But the more it was like this, the more it piqued people's curiosity. Was it just a coincidence? The waiting area was freezing cold, the cold wind seeping in through the curtains, even breathing felt chilly. The female celebrity, wearing haute couture, couldn't wear a coat, her shoulders were stiff with cold, and her fingers were red. In this frigid temperature, Liu Xiaoxu placed a hand warmer in Guo Yuxin's palm, while his own wrist remained bare, seemingly unaffected by the cold. He even glanced down at her bow tie. It was freshly tied by the stylist, perfect as a still image. He insisted on tightening it again, his tone as serious as adjusting equipment. "It's 0.5 centimeters too high on the left, the camera will be crooked." Guo Yuxin rolled her eyes, her breath white. "Are you OCD?" But she stood ramrod straight, motionless, letting him adjust it. I could smell it from 10 meters away, not perfume, but the scent of unspoken understanding. That familiarity, seamless without a word, warmer than a hand warmer. Someone immediately said, "It's definitely to promote their new drama and create a romantic atmosphere, starting to build up the sweetness early." Please, the promotional materials were just finished, why would they release them 6 months in advance? That logic is less scientific than fantasy. What truly made my heart skip a beat wasn't their little antics in the waiting area, but the moment they left. The car stopped on the red carpet. Liu Xiaoxu got out first, his hand naturally raised to shield the roof. It wasn't acting, nor was it deliberate, just a habitual protective gesture. Guo Yuxin, lifting her skirt, climbed out of the car, her posture as steady as if she'd rehearsed countless times. Even more amazing was what happened next. Neither of them looked at the other, yet they simultaneously took a half step back to the right, giving the center position to the camera. The movements were synchronized, the steps identical, the rhythm like a copy-paste. This wasn't something that could be achieved in a single collaboration. It wasn't something two newcomers could achieve such chemistry. It wasn't even something that could be staged so naturally. It was the instinctive reaction honed through 3 years of acting together, countless behind-the-scenes moments, and hundreds of rehearsals. Fans screamed upon seeing this. This level of coordination is either a sign of a relationship or an old married couple. This isn't a publicity stunt. It's a habit. Why don't you two just announce it officially? I'll buy you a table full of wedding candy. The more I thought about it, the more chilling it became. If it was all a coincidence, it was too much like fate. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.